I think the trust in general of anything politics is, just if it wasn't low before impeachment started, it certainly has got to be low now. I think one of the reasons that President Trump's approval rating has continued to stay high and is high now is because it's not a matter of assumed trust. This is somebody that has made numerous promises prior to the election and has kept them, and has made promises during his first 3 years and has been working to fulfill those promises. But I think what he has done is brought some trust into him, but not necessarily politicians. He's not a politician, he's a businessman. They only have trust in him because he's actually done what he said he was going to do. And it makes a huge difference. And everybody knows that politicians never do what they say they're going to do. They say what their constituency, their voters, want to hear. That's why when people say, how is it that a Maxine Waters, I'll use her as a brilliant example, why would anybody vote for her? Because she goes into her district 3 months before, 2 months maybe, because she doesn't want to go in too early. She'll go in 2 months before the election, and she says the same thing. She says all the things everybody in her constituency. Now, it is in the best interest of all politicians, of all radio talk show hosts, of anybody that is out there in the public to know their audience, right? It's a good thing. It's good. I could pander to my audience because I kind of know how they think. They think like me, frankly. They're very, we're aligned very closely in our beliefs. So you know your audience. Well, politicians know their constituency. So they go in to their district, and the only time those people probably see one of the politicians coming into their district is 2 months before the election. And they sit and they listen. They say, wow, that sounds good to me, boy. And this guy, he's dead right, and he's got all this experience. I'm going to vote for him again. It works almost every time, as pathetic as it sounds. And so that's how these politicians get reelected over and over and over and over and over again. I find it hard to believe that Adam Schiff has done anything for his district that they just love him for because of what he's done for the district. In California, he's probably done nothing for his district. He certainly hasn't done anything in the last 2 years for his district. Yet he'll go there 2 months before, talking like he did during the impeachment proceedings, as if what he was saying were facts. The evidence said, and they disagreed with it. What prosecutor would go in and say to a murder suspect and say, we've got fingerprints, we have DNA evidence that all points to this person being guilty or innocent, whatever? Who would do that if they didn't really have the evidence? That's evidence. And who would vote against the evidence? You could have a pretty compelling reason to vote against evidence. Very seldom happens. But they talk about this. Adam Schiff talks as if it's that kind of evidence. If the feelings, well, I had a feeling that that's what he was getting at. Okay. I believe that's what the president was getting at. Well, I heard at the bar that that's what he meant. That's what the evidence is. That's what the evidence is. But Adam Schiff will go into his district and say, this evidence, and they didn't do it. And they'll say, man, I'm so grateful that we have Adam Schiff standing up for what is true and right. You see what I'm getting at? Hey, remember to click the subscribe button right here on the screen. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you'll be notified when new content is added. And more importantly than anything, you don't want to miss all 3 live hours of Financial Issues every day from 9 to noon. And you can watch it on FISM.tv. That's FISM.tv.